What's good, guys? It's your boy IvorBrynMike here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to a brand new series here for 2021. I believe this is the first video I've actually uploaded this year, which is actually a bit of a shame. Really is. But yeah, we're here for the F1 2020 driver career mode. I ran a poll on YouTube in my community section to see what people wanted for F1 2020 content. I mean, I'm still going to be posting up league racing highlights. I do have one. Well, I got two races to go through pretty sharp-ish. Yeah, we got league racing highlights coming soon. But I also wanted to get into making a career mode of sorts, because I did start one back when the game released, but unfortunately my team career mode unfortunately had some issues due to the game at the start of the cycle. It was a bit buggy, it kept crashing all the time. I got to Vietnam, went through qualifying, the game crashed and I lost my qualifying footage, so I ended up going through qualifying again a second time, and after I got to the end of qualifying 2, the game crashed again before I stopped my recording, so I lost my footage once again for qualifying 2, and yeah, I couldn't retrieve it then because I already advanced from qualifying 2. And then during the race the game kept crashing, error codes, and it was just an absolute pain to try and record during that, because it was always crashing, and I wanted to just leave it until some patches came out that fixed it. Unfortunately, when the patches did come out, it meant that my save file was a bit corrupted, so I had to delete it. And then of course we got into the league racing season, and that kind of took over, so the career modes took a back seat during the league racing season, which of course was streamed all over on twitch.tv/IvorBrynMike. That's where I stream my league races, and yeah, if you ever want to come and see a league race live that I'm competing in, make sure you're jumping over to Twitch, and yeah, you'll be able to show your support live. But of course you'll be getting the highlighted, edited, cut down version here on YouTube. But yeah, so that's what happened with the old My Team career mode. I ran a poll a couple of days ago asking what you wanted for F1 2020 content, because I now have time to actually start working on content again. So the league racing season's kind of gone. I say kind of gone. It's starting to get a lot easier. I'm doing a lot less. I'm not commentating as much as I was. I'm not racing in as many leagues as I was at the start of this game. So yeah, I kind of have now the time to actually go through and make this content, and actually have the time to edit it as well, which is a big plus. So I ran a poll and asked what you guys wanted to see, and the overwhelming majority wanted a driver career mode. You didn't want to return up the My Team, you wanted a driver career mode, and that's what we're gonna do. Right, we got a driver career mode here that we're gonna get started, get underway, and yeah, we're gonna dive straight on in. Of course, we have a character that I've already created for for my team career mode, so we're gonna continue with that. Of course, that's character I created for online, being a part of Esports Wales, so we gone with the white and red for Esports Wales, of course, but we're gonna continue with the My Team character, because that was the first one, so we're gonna continue with that one, and yeah, we'll load it up. I also said in the community post I wasn't gonna do F2. I've not driven F2 cars. I have no idea how to drive them, and it's gonna be a pain for me to actually get the grips with these cars before even getting to F1. So I'm just gonna skip F2, go straight into F1. We're not messing around. We're going straight into the big time. So let's go ahead, straight into F1. Now, the teams, I ran another poll to see where you guys wanted me to start, whether you wanted me to start as a front runner, midfield, or back marker. And the interesting thing is that 40% wanted front runner, 40% wanted back marker, only 20% wanted the midfield runner. Yes, I did only get like 5 votes on it, but that's what happens when you don't upload content for such a long time. Your channel becomes a bit stale, a bit dead. No one really looks at it anymore. But yeah, so we have a choice. We can go with a back marker team, we can go with a front runner team, or we can split the difference and go with a midfield team. Now, me personally, I don't think I should go with a front runner team, just because I'm only gonna do this career mode until I win the world championship or something, like maybe once. Like, it's not gonna be a long-winded career mode. It's gonna be a nice but a sweet one. So I don't really want to go with a front running team because of the fact it would make it a very short one. I'd like to get like maybe 2-3 seasons out of it, and that's max. But I don't want to be like right there at the top immediately, if you catch my drift. So I'm looking towards like the bottom end of the midfield to the back markers, and yeah, I mean, AlphaTauri, Haas, Alfa Romeo, or Williams. Now, Williams and Haas were the options for the back markers that I chose. I mean, Alfa Romeo is also down there as a back marker. Could be a shout, but I mean, considering 40% went for front runner, 40% went for back marker, I think AlphaTauri being at the back of the midfield, in that midfield section, I think that is a good call to go with. So we're going to go with the Scuderia AlphaTauri Honda team, and we're going to try to get this career mode underway. So let's go ahead and go with the AlphaTauris. And of course, we have our teammate select. Do we want Daniel Kvyat or do we want Pierre Gasly? Now, personally, Kvyat's out. Kvyat is out. We already know this. In real life F1, he's gone, and he's gone in this career mode as well. So we're going to select Gasly, and let's go ahead and let's get into what kind of season and everything that we want. So the choices are a 22, a 16, or a 10 race season. Now, like I said, I've got more time now to actually put in and start recording episodes. So I'm looking to do a full 22 race season. So we're going to jump in with the 22 races, like so. And of course we have our weekend structure. So in terms of practice, I mean, I have no choice. I have to choose a full practice session. And the thing is, I don't particularly... it's one of those things I don't really want to show practice, to be honest with you guys. It is practice. We've seen it all before. It's just long-winded. There's nothing new. It's the same thing all the time. So like, we're just gonna skip over practice altogether. I mean, I'll do them, but I ain't gonna record them because there's gonna be long-winded and a bit of a faff to get through. But in terms of qualifying, we're going to go with a short qualifying session, just because 18 minutes, bang, lovely stuff. And the race distance, I was thinking about a 50%, but it's once again, like I say, I got quite a bit more time now to record these, but I haven't got an endless amount of time, and I do have other videos that I need to make. So a 25%, that seems okay to me. Short qualifying, 25% race. We're going with 105 on the AI difficulty. Back when we started the My Team, we had it on 100. I'd like to think that I have improved since then, and I can match 105 and even beat them when I put the time in on that track. And yeah, I think 105, it'll give me a challenge, and it'll also punish me if I make a mistake, which if you guys watch any of my league races, you know that that is a big possibility. I am a bit of a spinner. You know, I am the Sebastian Vettel of league racing without the world championships, of course. But yeah, so I tend to spin around a lot, and yeah, I mean, like I said, it will give me a challenge. So I feel that that's a good place to start. So we're gonna keep. Do we want safety car on or off? Because 25% does. Sometimes that's only like 13 laps, and if you've got a safety car out for 3 of them, then that's kind of, ugh, it's kind of a bad one. And I'm feeling safety car off because then it really punishes me if I go for a spin, because I got no safety car to bring me back into the race. I have to do it on pace. So I feel like having safety car off will add that little extra element to it. Corner cutting on strict, of course. I was thinking about putting it on regular just because it is a bit light and it's not like a proper league racing setting. And I'm actually, do I want it on regular? Nah, because I can abuse the corners then, and that's no fun. That's no fun. I want to be punished if I go over the limits. So yeah, and assist wise, we already know I am completely no assist, so no surprise there to see everything turned off, manual on the gearbox, and just show it there's absolutely no difference whatsoever between my custom and elite settings on the assist. So yeah, we just keep it like that. So that is gonna be the settings for our career mode. And now guys, we are gonna jump in. I believe we got like the car reveal and everything to do first. I'm gonna skip past all that and we're gonna jump straight in just before we actually get to Australia. Maybe show you an upgrade if I decide to do one before the race, but in fact I may just wait until after Australia to start doing upgrades. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into my F1 2020 driver career mode. Okay guys, so we are here almost underway for the first race. We just loaded in and now we got the practice sessions to do. First, the weather forecast is looking like it's going to be dry all round. Love to see it. Love to see it indeed. I did not do any upgrades, but we did get this durability minor general maintenance upgrade that happened the before even getting to Australia. So I mean that's good. But yeah, we done no upgrades. We got our weekly allowance for what's called upgrade points and everything. So yeah, over 2,000 is looking good. We haven't got into qualifying yet. But the question is, do I want to maybe upgrade before the race? It's not going to come through until after. I don't know, maybe wait until the end of Australia and then we'll know how the car feels and we'll see like what we can do. So obviously guys, I will be right back. I'm going to quickly go through and do these practice simulations and everything, and we'll be back then for qualifying. 15 laps of Australia then for the race, and should be sweet. And yeah, we'll catch you in a minute guys.
Great, you're done with the technician's briefing. Look, I know we've got a lot to get through in FP1, but Will Buxton's been pushing for a quick interview before we head out on track. Don't worry too much, he's a good lad. He's just over there. These media appearances are important for a few reasons. They'll help build your profile and your brand. Plus, the team will get a real boost to their motivation if they hear you praising them. Will, as promised, sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, mate, not a problem at all, not a problem.
Look, we've got to be out on track in about 5 minutes for FP1, so we can only spare you a couple of minutes max. Is that going to be enough time?
More than enough. We're already set up. Cool, let's go. So, we're used to seeing rookies in Formula One every year. But this season, there's a youngster that's arrived with perhaps a little more interest in them than usual. And that's because while they've been successful at every level of their career from karts all the way through to Formula 2, they've somehow managed to stay pretty much under the radar. They don't have that luxury anymore though. They're in Formula 1. Millions of people around the world watching their every move, both on and off the racetrack. So let's take some time to get to know them a little bit better. So tell us a little about yourself. What's the thing you're most excited about being here in Formula 1?
Okay, so I'm glad I actually kept on recording at the end of the last clip, because I completely forgot that it could be an interview and now that came up. But yeah, we're here with interviews now from Will. First question, tell us a little bit about ourselves. Thing I'm most excited for, in F1, I feel like, let's see, like, being the fastest cars. F2 was quick, but it's a whole nother level. Becoming the best. Definitely the competition. Now, I feel like that is going to be the respectful option, so I'm going to go with that. I'm pretty respectful, really. So we're going to click. It is the competition.
After your successful junior career, you must have had a lot of interest. What drew you to sign for your current team?
Okay, so when it comes down to it, right? I mean, we know AlphaTauri's a midfield team, and what are we gonna go with? Are we gonna boost their chassis, the aero? We know the engine is towards the back, and durability is, well, durability will last in as well. So it's definitely gotta be either chassis or aero. Me personally, I'm gonna go with the aerodynamics and boost them up a bit. Or should I go with the power unit to boost that? I'm not. We're gonna go with the power unit. I've just decided we're gonna boost the department for the power unit. Let's go.
What would you say is going to be the biggest challenge for you this season?
Okay, so biggest challenge, obviously. I mean, both of these options, a bit far-fetched. You're gonna have to ask me after my first race, like, I mean, Will, what are you trying to do, but why are you trying to push these difficult questions on me? I'm just a humble Welshman. I don't know how to, respond to these kind of questions. You're absolutely ludicrous, mate. But we're gonna go with ask me after my first race. We're gonna be calm. We're gonna be patient. We're gonna be collected. So let's go with this one.
Really appreciate your time, but I know you're very keen to get on. Best of luck out there.
Okay, so that's the end of the first interviews, and we'll jump now into FP1. In fact, we'll see you now at the end of we'll see you now for qualifying. Okay, guys, so we just got through all of the practice sessions. So essentially, what I did the first practice, just get my eye in on the track, then simulated the rest of the practice. I ain't trying to mess around with these practice bloody tasks and everything. Like, that's not what I want to do. But what I do want to do is jump straight into qualifying. So let's go ahead, let's jump straight in, no messing around. Let's do this and go to qualifying. Okay, so we are here in qualifying now. We got 18 minutes to try and get a good lap on the board. Yeah, let's see what we can do. It's going to be a dry race. Pretty sure. Yep, dry race. It's going to be interesting. no excuses. Let's see if I can get ahead of my teammate and decent amount up the field. So this is the setup I'm running. It is a setup that I use in my league race back when we done Australia in League of Europe and in Fair League as well. So same setup, nothing's changed. So we'll just go ahead, go on out there and try and get the best lap in possible. So the line was just going to be a 21.5. Okay, so a 121.5. It wasn't the greatest of laps, but it was a decent banker. So let's kind of see where we are relative to everyone else, including our teammate. So let's kind of find out. Ooh, Gasly half a second quicker.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:21.5.
Mad. So we got a lot of time to make up on Gasly. How is Gasly only a tenth? Well, I mean it is Albon. I was going to say I was a tenth slower than Albon, but then I remembered it is Albon. But yeah, interesting. I got to find half a second. Let's see if we can do that. Let's go back out. Alright, let's see what we can do. Absolutely bottle turn one. Right, here we go. Hopefully get turn one right. Much better. Oh, we just kept it out of the wall. We've kept it out of the wall, thank God.
Mind that front wing. It'll need
we kept it out of the wall. Well, we kept our front. We kept our wheel from falling off, is what I should say. We're going to skip the repair time.
Set us back a little.
But yeah, we got turn one and turn two decent, but then we absolutely bottled it into turn three, which is not good. We still need to find that half a second to keep up with Pierre, who is in the top 10 right now. So Pierre doing a very good job up there in 10th. I'm down in 14th. I mean, we're ahead of the Alfa Romeos, the Williams and the Haas, which is kind of where we need to be. If we can somehow get into the 20s, we should be somewhat decent. Obviously, it just depends on whether or not I absolutely destroy it again and ruin my lap before it's even started. Charles Leclerc is having an absolute shocker. That guy is, what, 7 tenths off Vettel? Unbelievable. Bit of a topsy-turvy qualifying session. Obviously the Mercedes up there at the top, Verstappen ahead of Albon, of course, you know, standard. Then of course you got Renault, McLaren, Ferrari, Perez, Ocon, Norris. I mean, Norris has now just jumped up into 10th, so Pierre down into 11th. Hopefully we can get ahead of Mr. Gasly up there. And I'm going to go out now, which means I got
standing by
just enough time to do an out lap, flying lap. But if I mess up, I got time to back off and then go again. Okay, final lap. Let's do this. I bottled turn 3 again. Okay, right, so here we go. One chance, one opportunity. I've absolutely flopped it. Yep. I tried to carry as much speed as possible through the S's. Did not work. It's unfortunate we could not improve on our banker, which is shocking to say the least. But let's see where it ended up putting us. I believe we were, well, 14th? 14th? Did we get jumped by anyone? That's the question.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3. Bottas, Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
So, yeah, we actually did get jumped by Kevin Magnussen. And, by the smallest of margins as well, by half a tenth. He jumped us by. But, yeah, there's a lot of time that was still out there. Gasly getting the 20.9, so already, you know, stamping his authority down as #1 driver of AlphaTauri. But we're gonna be changing that very quickly. It's not about the qualifying; it's all about the race. But yeah, we had over a tenth in turns 1 and 2. 3, 4, 5. Like, there was time there to gain, but unfortunately I just couldn't string it together. And yeah, it was just losing time. Just could not put it together, and this is the reason why I wanted it on 105 AI. Because when I put a lap together, I can beat 105 AI, no worries. But if I can't put it together, then I'm a little bit off. And that is what we want. So we're going to wrap up qualifying. Pierre Gasly in 12th place, me in 15th. We got a Haas and a McLaren separating us, and about 6/10 of a second nearly. So yep, Bottas on pole, 19.4. Alright lad, calm down. Calm down. But yeah, we will be back. We're going to jump into the race now, and we'll see you in a bit.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at Albert Park, home of the Australian Grand Prix since 1996, and home to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. Its combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners make it a tricky track when it comes to overtakes. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. Here we are then, Formula One in 2020. The fight for the World Championship all starts here today. Mercedes on the hunt for a 7th consecutive title. They'll have Ferrari and Red Bull to contend with along the way. Williams struggled to find their feet last year. They'll be hoping for a stronger start this time around. And what I wonder of the Renault-powered cars. Will they be able to step forward, maybe even onto the podium on a regular basis? Plenty to discuss then with Anthony Davidson. He's out of hibernation too, and alongside me in the commentary box once again.
It's good to be back, Crofty. Let's hope for some good racing today. We can't know at this point how competitive these teams are relative to each other, but hopefully nobody is able to run and hide. We want to see these drivers pushing to the limit all the way to the checkered flag.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Ricciardo, Sainz, Perez, Ocon, and Lance Stroll, Gasly, Norris, Kevin Magnussen, Edwards, Russell, Grosjean, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Kimi Raikkonen, Leclerc, and Nicholas Latifi. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, so we're promoted up into P14 due to Charles Leclerc having a 10 place grid drop. So we're starting off a little bit better here than expected. Obviously starting outside the top 10. We have free choice of tyre compounds. I'm interested in seeing what we can do here strategy wise, but I don't know guys, I don't know. Guess we'll go with the soft mediums. I mean, obviously all these races are going to be soft to mediums. I can't imagine needing the hard compound tyres ever, so it'll always be softer allocation. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into the formation lap. Okay, so forming up on the grid now. Hopefully it's going to be a good start. We have the inside line. Hopefully we can get a run on Magnussen into turn 1. My starts have never been particularly great, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But here we go now. And here they are, the 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway, and pretty mediocre second phase. Kevin Magnussen covers the inside line. Just found a room there. Kevin's got us on the exit though. Nice little control dive there. Still side by side with the Haas. Lovely. Coming back at me though, and there we go. We've got the jump on K-Mag.
Alright, we're looking good so far.
No, still not close enough. Big mistake from me there. Just missed my braking point. Here we're trim, we got PA not too far ahead. I've done the exact same thing again. I have missed my braking point like an absolute Jebediah Springfield. Okay, so this is going to be interesting.
You'll be on the mediums.
I've got the pace to pull away from K-Mag, but have I got the pace to catch back up to Norris now?
Gap to the car in front. is 1.6 seconds. We've been awarded a time penalty. It will go against
I
our
got my
finishing time
line
at the end of the
all
race.
wrong there. My line was wrong and I pick up a 3-second time penalty. Right. Boxing next lap, see if I can get an undercut on these guys. Alright, so we're going to drop down to last. I'm sure Latifi's going to
Release.
get ahead. Yep, he does. Now, need to hope this
Look after
undercut
these
works.
tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Okay, so we made a mistake that cost us DRS on Stroll.
Green flag.
Magnussen issues? Hey, Magnussen's got issues.
Okay, some information on Magnussen. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
Oh, sweet. It was actually going to be a bit anti... Oh, actually, that's a bit anti-climatic. It was going to be a climatic ending because I'm trying to get back in DRS to Stroll. I've had to save a bit of fuel as well. So that didn't help me keep up with him. And I've picked up a few warnings. That's my second one on the way to 6 seconds. Okay, so final lap. I haven't got to try and catch up.
Caution, yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through the caution zone. Be careful.
K-Mag's
until you see
car.
the greens.
Yeah, that was going to be a good ending. That was. You know, K-Mag was just about hovering around the 3-second window. I made a mistake and I lost me DRS on Stroll and then I had to fuel save. But you know, we're going to come across the line. It's not going to be points, but it is going to be P13.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
P13. Unlucky for some. Albon gets driver of the day. I kind of want to see what the race pace was like.
Great victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, think
I
it's
am
clear
really
the most
shocked though
contributing factor
that
on the track was today.
Norris and everyone was able
It
to
sounds like
make
an
the
obvious thing to
overcut
say
work as
probably,
well as they
but
did.
fast cars win races.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Valtteri Bottas on the top step of the podium. The man has had his porridge. Hamilton better watch out. He's had his porridge. And then you got Super Max alongside him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right, so let's have a look at these race times. Yo, it's nice when you get the when you get that tier level up. You know, it is nice. It is nice. I'm not gonna lie.
This round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Valtteri Bottas passes his rival to take over the lead of the drivers' championship. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
It's an interesting one today. On balance, I think I have to call out Alexander Albon. A really solid drive from him today, and one that he and his team should be proud of.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Okay, so now that they've stopped talking, I can go through this a bit better. So, at the start of the race, we was right on the back of Lando Norris. Now, we was putting him under pressure, but we made the same mistake 2 laps in a row, lost DRS, and they managed to get away. I tried the undercut, it didn't work. Norris was able to gain a second and a half on me. And, you know, the only person that I was, well, actually, I didn't even get able to jump anyone. I just maintained position. But Stroll got jumped by Pierre. I believe Gasly must have stuck within DRS of Norris, because they did pull away. They were like they were a decent margin down the road from me, and they were just pulling away and pulling away. Stroll, I was faster than, but unfortunately I just kept making silly mistakes. Those silly mistakes came back and bit me on the behind. And much like in previous seasons, Haas having an absolute mare at Australia. You hate to see it, you do. But your first race, we beat both of the Williams, we beat both of the Alphas, we beat both of the Haas's on pace as well. It was a shame that Magnussen retired a couple of laps from the end, because he was hovering around that 3-second time penalty. It was a possibility he could have jumped me, especially if I made a mistake. So yeah, it is what it is. You know, end of the first race, Gasly P11, myself P13. You know, let's see how we get on in the next race. But yeah, let's see if we got any interviews or anything to do now. Okay, so after that race, I kind of have an idea of what I want to upgrade. And no surprise, it is going to be... Right, so, end of the race. First thing we're doing, we are going over to the powertrain. We are upgrading our engine. It needs to be done. We were so slow in a straight line. If we were out of DRS, everyone was pulling away from us, and it was a bit of a nightmare. Durability, I think that's a good one to invest in pretty early, so we're going to go with the durability upgrade as well. Aero wise, I felt that we were pretty decent on the aero, but if we can improve that, I mean, 45% chance of a failure. Ooh, I guess we'll just go with a standard one. We're going to go with a standard one. We're going to increase that. So we got the engine on an upgrade, we got durability on an upgrade, and we got the aero also on an upgrade. We could actually do both of those aero and get us up to the likes of McLaren and Racing Point levels. We could also do a chassis upgrade as well, guess, up there as well. In fact, I mean, that's looking tempting. It is looking tempting, but I'm going to keep a hold of the resource points that I have. So in development, we have 3 upgrades on the way. We got the gearbox durability, we got the engine upgrade of the ignition system, and we've got side pod turning vanes on the rear downforce. 3 upgrades gonna be coming eventually. What about our facilities? Can we do anything with them? Unfortunately, right now I do have something in the way, so I can't really see the full TV. But yeah, but it's not looking like not looking massive at the moment. But guess we'll have to wait and see. Apparently my market value is only $250,000. Sounds about right. Sounds about right indeed. So there is the championship. Hate to see it. Gasly absolutely battering us in the first race. But yeah, we will come back stronger. So until next time, guys, I have been IvorBrynMike. Make sure to get some hype in the comments. And don't forget to like this video. And if you want to hit the subscribe button for the return of content on this channel, then please, it is much appreciated. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was a bit of a long episode, but next couple of episodes will be a bit shorter because we haven't got the massive intro to everything. So yeah, hope you all have a great day. I've been IvorBrynMike, and we'll catch you in the next video.